Hey guys, David here. Sorry I've been kind of absent in case you managed to notice, but this week there was no Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. That's why there was no video in the middle of the week, because there was no Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. because of the vice presidential debates, and also I'm getting over a cold and I was really sick in the middle of the week, so it was going to be a train wreck to get to that review. So really quick, I wanted to talk about a little topic that plagues an awful lot of gamers, especially when it comes to some of the bigger releases, that leads to what a lot of us gamers, or at least a few of us gamers, including Angry Joe, tend to call the month of October Broketober, or at least whatever month this certain phenomenon lands on. It's Broketober or Broke Member or something like that, in which we have this 1 month during the fall season where every single company, both publisher and developer alike, they decide to release all of their shit. Mafia 3, Gears of War 4, WWE 2K17, Battlefield 1, and Titanfall 2, to just name a couple. But what's become a very big source of controversy with these big AAA games is pre-ordering. When is it a good time to pre-order? Because there's many articles and many videos out there telling other people to not pre-order games, because this leads to this half-baked content that publishers would often put out there, where they say, oh, pre-order now and you get this little thing that we could have easily put in the game in time, but instead we're gonna go ahead and nickel and dime you for it. And I'm not saying in any sort of way that that is a wrong thing to say. No, trust me, it happens an awful lot. But what I'm interested to discussing with you guys is, when is it a right time to pre-order a game? Now, of course, these days, pre-ordering a game because you think it might run out is just total nonsense now, because they should be able to mass produce enough discs to be able to have on not only day one but night zero, as some of us call it, where they have some of those midnight openings. And of course there's always digital. Don't even get me started on that. Not only can you go digital, but you can also what they call preload the game. You can buy it, download it, but it's not going to be accessible on your console until midnight of that day. So with stock, supply, and demand being out of the question, when is it a good time to actually pre-order a game? When do you have the incentive to be like, okay, I'm going to actually buy into this thing that the company is selling to reserve my copy ahead of time? And sometimes they would throw in DLC and this little collector's edition, that kind of thing, but honestly, when it boils down to it, it's a very subjective thing. It's something that I think it depends on the person. I know you can generally say through the masses that, oh, you shouldn't pre-order these games because you're gonna be able to get the game day one because of how available the games become, how much they could actually mass produce the disc, because I hardly doubt they're gonna be able to run out of discs to burn the game on, because they know that it's gonna sell. And when they don't think they might sell all too much, then they go digital only. Just like we have the new Power Rangers beat 'em up game that's coming out very soon. It's gonna be on Xbox One and PS4 digital only, because that's their safe bet, and that only makes sense for those type of games. But with these big AAA games, when it comes down to it, it's almost necessary to say that, yeah, in some way, you don't really have to pre-order the game. It's all about the gimmicks. It's all about the things that they throw in, saying, hey, if you pre-order now, you can get this little thing. And of course, each store has their own little exclusivity. They all got their own little thing. And for the most part, I will admit, some of that shit just doesn't really matter. You get this bonus gun, you get this all this stuff, whatever. The experience is going to be the same for me. For me personally, there has to be certain caveats that they have to throw in to make it worth it for me. Very seldom will I actually buy collector's edition for a video game, because most of the time the stuff that they throw in is just kind of like, oh, whatever. But there are a couple of exceptions. If you guys have been watching my videos these past couple of years, you notice that I did went and bought the collector's edition for Batman Arkham Knight that came with a little statue right here that I just broke, breaking it out of the box, so I feel kind of depressed. And then this year, actually, I got the Ultimate Collector's Edition for, or whatever it's called, for Uncharted 4 that came with a statue. Best Buy went ahead and threw this in, and it's pretty cool. And if you couldn't already tell, Best Buy is my store of choice when it comes to video games, because I'm a Gamer Unlocked member, and I get 20% off that shit, so that's also cool. That's also an incentive for why I go for these collector's editions, and for why I pre-order, is because sometimes whenever something's like $100, I actually get it for 80, and I build up points, I multiply that shit, I get back $5 or $10 certificates, and then I spend it on the collector's edition, and then I even save more money. You got to work the system. Here, I'll toss the coin at you for dramatic effect, like they do in the movies. That was anticlimactic. But the big kicker with those two games that I just mentioned is that they're the last ones in their franchise. Supposedly. It's supposed to be the last one for Uncharted 4. It's supposed to be the last entry in the Arkham franchise for Arkham Knight, at least until Arkham VR came out, they were the last entries, and I thought that it was necessary to commemorate such entries with the collector's editions. If there were going to be another game, and then if they said that, oh yeah, there's going to be a future, like for example, they said that there was going to be another Bioshock, and then after that there's going to be yet another one, I really wouldn't spring for the collector's edition. Even if they threw in a statue of a Big Daddy or whatever it is that the creature is going to be in that game, I'm not going to spring for it unless they make it worth it for me. And for me, the most recent game to have done that, where for the longest time I was like, I don't know, I'll just wait until the reviews come out or whatever, but now they kind of won me over with a little gimmick that they threw in. If I pre-order, at least I think it's exclusive to pre-order, if not, it might be available for like the first couple of weeks or so, is Gears of War 4, which I think by the time you watch this video, you might already own if you went ahead and went for the Ultimate Edition. If not, you could probably gonna have to wait until Tuesday. There's different pre-order bonuses depending on where you buy. Best Buy, my store of choice, is throwing in a free mug and a coaster, which I don't give a flying shit about. But what I do care about is the fact that Microsoft and the Coalition are gonna go ahead and throw in 4 digital codes for the previous 4 Gears of War games that I have not played. Well, actually, the previous 3 I have not played. I did play Gears of War Ultimate Edition already. It came bundled in with my Xbox One, so I already got that one out of the way. But I have not gone to 2, 3, and Judgment. And I went ahead and looked on Amazon, I looked on the Microsoft Store, and all those games digitally still go for about 15 to 20 bucks. So you're looking at about $60 or so plus the 60 for Gears of War 4. That's almost $100 to $120 altogether. So the fact that they're kind of throwing them for free, along with me being able to discount Gears of War 4 because I'm a member and because I also have a $5 certificate saved up so I can save up even more money. Yeah, sure, why not? Plus, if I pre-order, Best Buy throws in another $10 certificate, and that I can maybe use to Titanfall 2 or Mafia 3, depending on how the reviews do. It's all a game, guys. I think you guys should have realized that by now, is that all these companies, all these retailers, they're playing a game with you when it comes to pre-ordering and buying games exclusively at their store. So the only way to get at them is to play their game better than they do. So I know that it's a very vague and subjective answer, but when it comes to pre-ordering, don't let anybody tell you that, oh, pre-ordering is for suckers. You guys are just giving in to all that shit. No, there are some wrong answers. I'm not going to deny that there are some instances where you need to look through the lines. You do need to make the research as to what it is that you're getting from the pre-order, especially when it comes to yearly releases, Call of Duty, even some of the Battlefield games, especially when it has to do with EA. If you're planning on pre-ordering an EA game of any kind, do your research. But regardless of who the company is, who the retailer is that you're buying from, make sure you do your research and find something in the pre-order that caters to you and makes you go, oh, that's actually worth it. I'm gonna go ahead and check it out. So that's my mantra for today. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please let me know in the comments what you guys think is the right move when it comes to pre-ordering. When do you think it's worth it? When do you think it's bullshit? And what are your experiences when it came to pre-ordering from any retailer? And this can trail back all the way to the N64 days, where you have to wait in the middle of the in the middle of the line, in the middle of the night, in the cold temperature, just eagerly anticipating that not only the game but also that little thing that came with it. Please share your stories in the comments below, like and share this video, and of course subscribe. And if you guys are new to my channel, not only subscribe to this channel for future videos coming up, but also I got a gaming channel. Just got done talking about Gears of War 4, so it only makes sense that on the eve of the release of the 4th entry, or 5th if you're counting Judgment, I go ahead and play the original Gears of War, at least the remaster of the original Gears of War Ultimate Edition, on my Abridged Plays format. So please check out the channel Abridged Plays. I'll post a link in the description, as well as an annotation and a card somewhere here linking you to my Abridged Plays video of Gears of War. And until next time, guys, me and Nathan Drake, or at least the lead actor from the TV show Bones, playing Nathan Drake, are going to bid you guys farewell. Stay classy, my friends.